Well, hello. It's been a hot minute since you've seen anybody from Geekified. It's been quite some time. You've already had a little minor introduction from me and Nathan, who were a couple of sheets to the wind watching a Celtic football game. A Celtic football game? Affiliation.
Scotland.
Watching a Scotland football game. And we decided to come back. Had a little bit of a discussion. We thought, why not? We're going to do it. And while we were a few Guinness down, we discovered a little bit of information over the reason why we're going to come back. And you could say it's a wee bit odd in it, or it's a wee bit upside down. The, the
It's
biggest, geekiest
it's a
show.
strange thing, and it's a strange
It's
thing.
really odd. Strange show. Everyone's talking about it because it's coming back this week in literally 2 days' time from when we're recording. And a rather bizarre thing that I thought somebody had watched. Nathan,
No, I hadn't
nothing
until last week.
absolutely bizarre. He's never actually watched it, and this kind of sparked me off again to kind of do a Geekified and do an episode. And probably we're going to go. You can tell I'm not really set up for it. Like we're not ready to go, but we'll have everything for the next few episodes looking a little bit better than this. But you've not watched it. Tell me why. Why have you never watched it?
It's never really appealed to me. I'm not a big zombie guy. I'm not really a big, demons and stuff guy, and I'm not don't really like horror that much. So I was just like, I never really watched it. But then in the last 10 days, I've watched 3.5 seasons. I've only got 3 episodes to go the next 2 nights to be up to date for Thursday. Um,
Not
and
that
it's been
you're
a it's been a
neurotic about these things, mate, but yeah.
no, it's been a bit of a war of attrition.
Yeah, well, so I can probably give you a rundown of where I am with Stranger Things. Like, I was one of the first 400 people to see the stage play in London.
Oh, but no.
One of like genuinely I sat and waited for the tickets, and then I was just sitting excited, got them. I think I was 4 rows from the front. It was one of the best experiences of my life. If I can find a video for that I filmed when I was there, I'll fling it up because I never posted it. But yeah, I was a bit excited about seeing it, and it was one of the greatest plays I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. It was tremendous. Nathan's like, whoa, shite, pish.
Yeah. What I'll say is what I've seen so far. It's not awful, but I don't see the hype.
Mm.
I think there's only really about. I think through the 3.5 seasons I've watched so far, there's only like four characters that actually have any impact on the story whatsoever. The three kids don't. The kids don't, apart from Elle and then Max in the most recent season because she dies. Um, and then
I'm not
Steve
even
does.
going to, I'm not, you're not getting to gloss over the almost Max
No,
death. Like, you're not going to get a gloss
no,
over that.
I haven't seen it
Max's,
yet. I just know that I haven't seen that bit yet, but I know that she
oh,
does.
right, okay.
Steve has some impact because he killed the Demagoguin in the first season. Um, Elle obviously is like the main thread through it. But the rest of the cat, I mean, Hopper's the only one that actually does anything in any of the seasons. The rest of them just don't, just sort of there, and I mean, I was sort of thinking about it, and you can see what they're trying to do. So, like, season one is basically Poltergeist, E.T., and the Goonies mixed together.
It's very true, yeah.
Yeah. Season two, I don't know, gets a bit Teen Wolfy at one point because the basketball and stuff. It's a bit bizarre, and season two is probably the worst of the seasons I've seen so far. I would say
Hmm.
season three is like a bit of Red Dawn in there. It's like you can tell what they're doing. They're throwing back to these sort of 80s movies and
But
stuff like
it
that.
does, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. I don't mean to interrupt, but that's one of the reasons
Yeah.
why I love Stranger Things. It was like it's such a homage to all the stuff. The Duffer Brothers are a bit our age. It's such a homage to all that old
Yeah, but
80s stuff.
there's a bit of wokeness in there as well, which don't I'm not a big fan of in these things.
I don't
And
think
then
anybody is, but
season four so far is, I mean, it's basically Nightmare on Elm Street because Vecna
yeah,
attacks them when they're in a trance state, and they even got Robert Englund in it,
they do. I
who's
know.
Freddy Krueger
And
with
they've
his
got
eyes
also
all
there's
cat.
also I'm completely going to forget his name, which is terrible. Michael Myers, the guy who played Michael Myers is in it as well.
Is he? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I've totally forgot his
I
name
didn't
what it
know.
is because it's obviously been a wee while since I've
Mm.
watched it. So because that one's
Yeah,
going to
but
be interesting.
I don't know. There's a lot of filler in it. I'll say that. No, in this bit as well, there's a bit of sort of carry to it as well
Yeah.
with Ale out in California and getting bullied by the cool kids and stuff. It's a bit carry like
So
as
I'll tell
well.
you something from the Stranger Things kind of fans. People actually do like it, unlike you, you effing heathen. Um, is that nobody talks about those kids. It's like the most
Yeah,
forgotten thing. It's like everyone's kind of like people who love Stranger Things kind of think, fingers crossed, they
yeah,
never go back to those kids because it was so weird. It didn't
yeah.
work. Didn't do very well. That
Yeah, it's just I don't
didn't
know.
land.
So like Dustin's like a comedy character, and he's got no
Yeah.
impact in any part of it whatsoever. Uh, what's his name? Not Will, because Will is important in the first couple of seasons.
Yeah.
From what I've read, he's probably going to be quite an important character in the final season as well, because it's going to be a bit of a
Yeah.
closing of the loop situation, apparently. And who's the one that's Elle's boyfriend? What's his name again? Will? No, not
Well,
Will.
No, Mike.
No,
so you've
Mike.
got
And
sorry.
he's just a
I'm just going to swing this round
whingy.
to the adjudicator who I've got just here.
Hello.
This is Kevin.
Hi.
Kevin actually came with me
Have
to.
you watched season four?
No, he's
I'm
on.
halfway through it at the moment.
Okay. Season four.
It's
There's some
ridiculous.
things that happen in season four that I've said is genuinely the best television I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Our jaw dropped.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I must have not have got to that bit yet. I
It
mustn't
is
have
up
got
there
to
with the
that bit
best.
yet then.
So yeah, well, so Kevin was the person that accompanied me to
Yeah.
the London show. So
Yeah.
so he's also a
I
Stranger
mean,
Things geek.
like I said, it's not awful. I just sort of, I was watching it the other night I was halfway through season three and I was thinking, this could probably have been three 2.5 hour long movies, not
Yeah, no,
97, not 97,
do you know what?
45
I don't disagree
episodes of
with you.
television.
Like, I genuinely don't disagree with the stuff that you're saying. Like, I certainly, I still put it
Mm.
on a higher platform. But then again, I think when you watch just the first season, and then there was, I think it was 2016, the first season came out, and then
Yeah, it's about 10 years now.
you're talking at least it was 2 years, nearly 3 years before the second season came out. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of hype in between this, and obviously the first season was so drastically different for television to go
Mm.
back to that Stephen King-esque 80s
Yeah.
vibe. It hadn't been done before at that point in time. So
Yeah.
you watching it now. The only thing I can possibly kind of understand for why it's not as big is because it's now been done a million times. Every bloody show that comes out has got the Stranger Things ideas. It's all kind of harken back to
Yeah,
nostalgia.
but if you're going back to the original, then surely it should be the beacon of light to what great should be, no?
Yeah, but even again, so right, even like my opinion, on Stranger Things is season one tremendous, season two okay, season three
Uh,
a bit meh, season
yeah.
four back up to number one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think I think I just sort of think they've sort of thought what can we do now, because we've had the dogs and we've had a demon and we had a really big demon, so what do you know, we'll have a demon that speaks to them, and it's just like, well, maybe there's going to be some big reveal about who he is and it's really important and stuff like that, but I'm just like, it's just like, what are we going to do now? I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna persevere and watch it all because I'm a weirdo and I'm that far
Yeah.
into it now. I've got to,
Oh, you're
and
that far
I'll
in.
obviously watch season five. But have you seen the runtimes for the episodes in season five? There's
Yeah,
like
it's movie
four of
length.
them are like 1.5 hours long, and the last one's like 2 hours and a bit long. So basically, they're
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're movies. They're basically movies.
I hope it's not just kids sitting around playing fucking games like some of the other episodes are.
Hope it's not kids playing Dungeons and Dragons or some shit like
And
that.
right? So what is the fucking point of Nancy in any of it?
Do you know what? Right, I'm actually.
Is that just because you know in the second season they call her Nancy Drew, the
Yeah.
people in the thing. Is it just like a joke about that because she's want to be a reporter and stuff?
I'll give you your due on that one. I was like, she's probably my least favorite character out of everybody, to be honest. Like, I don't
Oh
really get.
yeah, even what's her name, Robin Maya Hawke's character as well. It's just like, why are you in this?
Mm. I kind of liked her for being the potential love interest at one point
Yeah,
as well. That was kind
I
of you
mean,
need the
uh,
whole point. The whole point of the show, like for me, is it's a Goonies-esque. It's always the kids going out doing the heavy
yeah.
lifting.
No, I get that,
Yeah.
but I just think I don't know. And how many times can they go back to the same fucking factory and lab and have something happen in it? Jesus Christ, man.
I hope
Not
anybody
be
who
funny. Oh,
watches.
oh yeah, and do you know what's actually going to happen? We're going to build a big mall, and there's going to be a Russian like massive plant underneath it, because no one would have seen that getting built or brought in, or the Russian, all these guys at all.
No.
Nobody would have seen that, obviously. Fucking what?
What episode are you on?
I've just finished season 4, episode 4.
Okay,
So
so
Hopper's trying to get out of the prison in Russia right now.
so
Hopper's the best character in it by a mile, by an absolute. I love his. Best part about season 3 is him pretending to be Magnum PI in his shirts. It's the best. It's such a cool little joke in there, and even one of the Russian guards calls him Magnum PI, doesn't he,
yeah,
or something like that? I think it
I think
is.
it's because you
So
said
that's a really good little, and he tries to behave like Magnum as well,
yeah.
which I find quite cool. Winona Ryder's awful in it. She just whines and moans and goes like that all the time. I just like what? This is the most expensive television show ever made now. Yeah,
Yeah, oh my God, yeah.
season 5 is going past Game of Thrones, isn't it? In
Yeah.
terms of
Yeah, oh, easily now.
and Lost, and
Yep.
because Lost Pilot still the most expensive, but there's a more expensive episode in this, I believe,
I think
in season
so. I
5.
think it's still for
Yeah,
adjusted for inflation. I think it goes under Stranger Things now, but I think it's
yeah,
on
yeah.
par with.
And there was that episode of that television program. What was it called? About the aliens and the plane crash and stuff. What was that called? I'll remember what it was
I
called.
could
But anyway,
just
that was a very expensive one as well.
yeah. So
But
basically, what you're saying is you're loving it.
I'm not hating it. And there's, there's some really. I thought the battle for Star Mall or whatever it's called was a really good
Yeah.
episode. I thought Billy was an amazing character in it. I thought he was
So did
really good.
everybody, dude. So did everybody. Everyone loved Billy. Billy
Um,
is
Bit disappointed although when he get killed off, it was pretty gruesome.
yeah.
Um,
But it was good though. But that's that. Do you know? Do you know? I don't know if
yeah,
it's so. I need to talk to you about nostalgia, right? So obviously,
yeah,
because I'd say roughly our demographic is the age range that they're targeting with this, because it's harking
yeah.
back to that nostalgia. Is
80s, 90s. Yeah.
yeah, it's like the 80s, 90s, that vibe. But obviously, you're not liking it as much as other people. So I'm trying to find the devil's advocate on why you're maybe not liking it if it's that sped
I
up
mean,
that
I
you've
mean,
watched four seasons.
most of the movies they're I can see they're sort of playing homage to, or movies
Yeah,
that I've liked. Do you know what I mean? Poltergeist is one of the few horror movies I actually liked when I was young,
yeah,
and the first season is basically Poltergeist.
yeah, very much
Um,
so.
Goonies, I absolutely love that. I still watch the movie now and I love it. 91 Elm Street, I can give or take. Carrie, I think, is probably the best horror movie ever made.
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't like these movies, because I do. I just
But
think
my
that
question that I was going to ask was, what do you feel about the whole nostalgia element of that
no,
TV
I
show?
don't. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I think it's a bit too in your face, some
Mhm.
parts of it, because it's not that difficult to figure out what they're doing. I just think that there's too much people sitting around in a room talking about the same thing over and over
Yeah,
and over again. And that happens in every season. There's at least 3 episodes in every season, either sitting in a cabin or sitting in Mike's room talking about what they're going to do, and oh my god, this thing's happening, and it just so happens that they know what it is because of a fucking Dungeons and Dragons game. Jesus Christ, come on, that's a bit of a spurious link. We know what to do because it must be from the Dungeons and Dragons, the Flair and
yeah,
Vecna, and I was like, come on, man, and it always works.
yeah. Yeah. So this leads me to what do you? I can't. We're probably going to have. We're going to have to come back once you finish season 4.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
we'll have seen the first half of season 5, but probably by the time you've done that,
yeah.
and then we'll
Yeah,
discuss
yeah. Well,
your
now I'll watch. I mean, and to be honest with you, I'll probably watch all of season 4 before Thursday, and I'll watch. I think there's 5. Is it 4 episodes or 5 episodes coming out on
four
Thursday?
episodes is coming out, and then
And then
on
the rest of them come out Christmas Day, I think.
Christmas
I
Day,
read.
New Year's Day.
That
The
like finale or
final,
something.
the finale is on New Year's Day. So obviously we'll come back and discuss what you think about that once we get to that point. Because a couple of questions I want
Hmm.
to ask about, but there's a lot that happens at the end of season 4. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of a lot
Can
of stuff
imagine.
going on honestly, because obviously the budget just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I kind of want
Yeah.
to catch up with you and see what you think about season 4. But
I
what?
just, I just, I think there's sorry. There's some scenes in, I think, especially in this season 4, where it feels like we've got a lot of money to spend, so let's spend penny we can of it. And I think there's I've just watched the episode where Vecna first tries to take Max, and they play the music, and she's in the graveyard,
Yeah.
and she managed to get out of it. And I thought that's obviously a very, very expensive shot
Oh yeah.
in that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was thinking, did they need to have that? Did it need to be that grand, or would it have been better like it was in the couple of like the first season? I thought when you first go into the Upside Down, you're like, "Fuck me, this is scary as shit."
Yeah.
I didn't find that Vecna's world scary. I thought it was grand and it looked amazing, but I didn't find it scary
Yeah,
because there was too much color.
I'm probably going to agree with you on that as well.
Yeah,
I'm not, you know me, I like to sit devil's advocate, which
yeah,
is why I like to host stuff.
yeah,
I
yeah,
do very much agree with you that the first season was solid horror, but in
yeah,
a playful way, the exact same way we had stuff back in the day. It
mm,
was still almost a kids show, but it was
yeah,
bloody terrifying. I mean, even for adults, it's like adults were watching it going, oh, because I had someone in my family
mm,
who was watching Stranger Things at the time when it was coming out, and she was relatively young, and she was terrified from watching it. And then
yeah,
I had that person's mum come to me and say, you know about TV and film, is that okay for her to watch?" And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, yeah. And I kind of went with a yeah because do you know what?
Mhm.
I grew up all right, and and I watched a lot of scary stuff. You know, what I mean, I watched a lot of
Mm,
scary stuff, and I kind of have a good appreciation for horror and TV and stuff. So I says, yeah, it's still okay. It's not brutal. It's not horrific. But you're right. It's like I say, why I love the first season is much more than anything else
mm,
that's happened. It's
yeah.
the first season is pure horror, and it was diluted after that.
Mm. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's stunningly shot.
Oh yeah,
It's made very well. What's his name? Sean. What's his name? Directs a lot of episodes, doesn't he? Sean Levy, is it?
Levy. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he directs a
yeah,
lot of episodes. Well, probably more than half the episodes he
yeah,
directs in the whole thing. And obviously, Duffer Brothers direct quite a few as well.
yeah.
Um, and I know they've said there's a lot of things. I was reading some stuff earlier on today. They're saying that in a lot of things in season five, which you think were continuity errors in the first few seasons, they're going to close the loop on and show that they were actually weren't and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that'd be quite interesting how they do that. I just hope they don't go into the whole spin-off thing afterwards, which I can see them doing.
So we're not. So I can definitely
No,
they've come out and said that the world of these characters will be finished at the end of Stranger Things.
okay,
There is going to
that's good.
be potentially other spin-offs of the show, but not involving anything that you've seen.
Oh, okay,
And they said that
okay.
it will be very different from what we've been watching. I said from the Duffer Brothers have said that.
Yeah. And I don't know if I missed it when maybe I went to get a drink or something, and I missed it. You know, in the first character, you got Brent Brenner, Matthew Modine's character.
Yeah,
Does
Papa.
he do you see him getting killed in the first season? Because I missed that. I kept waiting for him to come back
I don't think you do see him getting killed.
because I just thought I thought I saw him walking out of the
He's,
labs, and then you see him in flashbacks through other seasons. And I just thought he was the best character in it because he was so sort of
oh yeah.
ominous.
Well, he's still in season 4.
Maybe he comes into it later
Yeah, I
when
think
I've
you've got a bit more of them. Yeah, you've
okay,
got a wee bit
but
more to
yeah,
come. But well, yeah. So there's one other thing I want you to watch. I was kind
mhm.
of hoping they would get time for it, but we're probably not going to. But I was going to try and see the Stranger Things first shadow, which was the play. But I know you would rather lick your own bumhole than go and see it. But
I did play the VR game back in the day. You sit on your sofa
there
and look
is
around and see it coming to the door.
there is a couple of pages, YouTube's channels online that have got a really in-depth bit by bit of the first shadow. So I'll send you a link to that so you can watch that before you go into season five. It's only like half
Okay.
an hour. They kind of sum up the whole story and let you kind of know. So the first shadow is basically a prequel. It's basically for
Okay.
when Henry Creel was a kid and lets you know about
Okay.
Henry Creel, so a bit of information about him. But you'll kind of get more of it anytime you get to the end of season four.
Okay.
But it's a story about Hawkins before everything happened and stuff. So
Oh yeah.
it's very very
All
good.
right.
So I'm going to send you that after. Don't watch it yet. You need to watch it once
Okay.
you get to the end of season four. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So there's there's our views on Stranger Things. We're going to probably deep delve in a little bit of this and talk a wee bit more about it a lot because we've got a whole month of December to kind of chat about this and kind of get a little bit
Yeah.
more in depth about what happens. I want to get to the point of when you've got to the end of season four, and we'll talk about that. Uh,
Yeah.
and don't think about season five because you'll probably watch a bit of season five by the time we talk about season four. and we'll chat
Well, I
about
can
it.
always wait off, kind of. I can always wait off to season four, and then I mean,
Yeah, because you're not going to
I mean,
you're not going to be interested. You're like, fuck it.
I'll watch it because I've watched the rest of it. Although, do you know what? The one thing I've stuck with this, and which is different from when I was doing Walking Dead, when I got
Yeah.
up to a certain, and I was just like, oh my God, this is I've got to turn this off now. And it's when the governor came into it. That was I watched half of that season and found out his daughter's actually a zombie, and I was like, oh, that's a pile of pish, and turned it off. Didn't watch anymore after that.
I do. Yeah, I'm going to say actually that was it did suffer. Walking Dead did suffer at that point. That was when they were still in the prison. The prison was still really good. It was still
Yeah,
interesting because it was. I've always said like Walking Dead is like it was more of a drama with zombies, and up
yeah,
until you get to the prison, and then it became a bit farcical after the prison. It became a bit over the top.
yeah.
But I still watched it. I'm a big Walking Dead fan, and I'm watching Daryl Dixon just now, which is if you're
Yeah, and there's some, yeah, some other 4,000 fucking different
fucking
spin-off
spin-off.
shows, isn't
Yes, 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 there is. Well, so this is our first episode back. A bit of a downgrade with location and all stuff, but hey, this is what it is and what it is going to be for a while, and we're going to continue making shit. We're going to continue doing episodes about stuff. Me and Nathan are going to be here talking about so much stuff, and a couple of people go back to us, and I did mention this to Nathan. We're going to do an episode again at some point, and we discussed this when if you go back on the episodes of Geekified, I think it was a movie about tornadoes. I can't remember what it was called. 12-second warning, is that it? Something like that. We don't know because both of us were
it?
absolutely
17 minutes?
something like that. So it's about the warning time for
Mm,
tornadoes. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire freaking life,
yeah.
apart from the movie Caught. Thanks, Mark. Um, and we're going to. So a lot of people who I spoke to when we were doing Geek Fight actually said it was one of the funniest episodes, and it was just me and Nathan being absolutely. We started off
Hammered.
sober, and then we stopped halfway through, and we got quite drunk, and then we continued the review of the movie. So we're going to do a couple of them. They're guaranteed to be coming soon. But so Stranger Things, there you go. We're going to do another couple of episodes on this as a kickoff. But thank
Yeah,
you very much for joining us again, Nathan. It's good to be
no
back.
problem. It's a pleasure. It's a bit more grey hair and less hair, but
Well,
still as wise and powerful.
I am less wise, less powerful, more grey, and really bad at technology. So it's funny. It's funny how bad you get after a
Yeah.
year off. But
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll catch up with you soon, man.
Cheers, man.
We can do this all day.